This means that you're actually just getting down to the nitty-gritty. You're taking it one segment at a time, one intention at a time, and you're saying, this is it. This is what I want. If I look really tired, it's because I had a depression mental breakdown yesterday. I'm feeling a lot better, but they're like sad girl bags that are under my eyes. Like when you cry and then you can tell the next day. So I got some limiting beliefs I gotta work through, but you know, it's okay. Just gonna light some incense, you know, to get the mood going. Hi guys, thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. My name is Lacey Jane. If you are new here, this is the space where I just share my thoughts on manifesting and spirituality and kicking depression's ass and all things about how to live a life that make you happy and fulfilled, whatever that looks like for you. So today I wanted to share with you guys a little tip that I use when I notice that I want to get myself back into vibrational alignment. And that tip that I'm sharing is called segment intending. And segment intending is really just a tool that I like to use when I want to help myself get grounded and more present in the moment. And it's also a really good tool if you just want to be more intentional with your days. Now, I first learned about segment intending from Ask and It Is Given by Jerry and Esther Hicks, and I'm assuming that they created this tool, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But I also want to highly recommend that if you do not have this book, you should go get this book. I just love Jerry and Esther Hicks. This book has been an amazing tool, and I promise you, if you have this book, it's something that you'll use in your day-to-day life all the time. It's like the Bible for me. Like, I'm constantly going back to it and looking at different tools. Like, there's just so much good information in this book. Before we get into segment intending, Jerry and Esther Hicks said that the prime time that you may want to use segment intending is when, hold please. So, when you want your influence to dominate during a particular segment of your day. And this could be like if you're going to a job interview and you want to be vibrationally aligned with what your intentions are for that interview, with, you know, how you want to present yourself, how you want the outcome of the interview to go. When you recognize the potential of something not going quite right and you want to make sure that it goes the way that you want. So this could look like maybe you were triggered by something within you was triggered, and then it just led to another thing and another thing and another thing, and before you know it, you've lost your vibrational alignment. You've lost where you were vibrationally. And I say that because it's really, really easy for one thing to trigger us, and then it just be like a complete downward spiral of things and us, you know, constantly in a low vibrational mood because of this one thing that triggered us. Or when time or money is especially important to you and you want to make the most of it. So this could be like maybe you're on vacation or you're on a date or you're out with some friends and you want to make sure that you're really grounded and present in that moment and you're immersing yourself in that experience instead of just, you know, doing it and being out on autopilot, because that is also really, really easy for us to do. Is we often do things on autopilot and then we don't even realize that we didn't really enjoy the experience or enjoy the moment. What I see is the most beneficial thing about segment intending is that it helps us to really get specific and clear and intentional about what we want from our day or our life or a moment. So basically, segment intending is just you taking creative control of your day by breaking down every aspect of your day into segments. And so this means that every single time you enter a new segment in your day, before you enter that segment, you stop and you say, okay, what is it that I want from this segment? What is my intention for this segment? And once you're able to establish what it is that you want out of this segment, what you want out of this moment, then you're going to say, this is it. This is what I want from this segment. Okay, so let me break that down. So for me, when I was working in insurance and I was just sitting in a cubicle all day, I used segment intending to break my day down into segments so that for one, I was able to be motivated and inspired to actually work. And for two, it helped me to change my perspective about my situation a little bit. So this meant for me, like when I would get an email that would come in, I would stop and I'd be like, okay, so what's my intention for this email or this group of emails? And a lot of times it differed, like depending on the circumstances. But sometimes it would be like, okay, my intention for this email is to send over this information that they asked for as clear, concise, and as fast as possible. And other situations, it could be, well, this customer is upset and I want to try to help them by giving them the best customer client experience I can possibly give them by helping with my customer service. So the same thing would happen when like the phone would ring, instead of just me immediately, my first response would be to pick the phone up and say my name and how can I help you. I would stop, let the phone ring once, and then take a breath. Instead of just going into autopilot and answering the phone, I would say, okay, what's my intention for this? I'm going to be as friendly as possible. I'm going to be as helpful as possible. And this would even be something as small as getting myself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. That was my new segment. So I would have to think about what's my intention for getting this cup of tea. And I know that sounds silly, I know that sounds crazy, but it would be like, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get this cup of tea and I'm gonna arrive back at my desk refreshed and ready to work. And it wasn't so much the action of intending to take the action to get the cup of tea, but it's more like the intention to enjoy doing the action, to enjoy the small little action of just getting a cup of tea. And how this breaks down in your life is just you choosing to be intentional with every moment of your day. And it starts from the moment you wake up. So the moment you open your eyes, you have an intention for the day. How do I want my day to look? And then you brushing your teeth and getting ready for the day is you deciding, I want to brush my teeth with care and get ready with care so that I can arrive to wherever I'm going, my destination for the day, refreshed and presentable and feeling good about myself. And then driving your car, going to wherever it is that you're going for the day, that's a new segment for you. So your intention can be to arrive at your destination as safe as possible and to be aware of the other drivers on the road and to just be courteous of the other drivers on the road. Don't drive like an asshole. And now I know that this probably all sounds really tedious and ridiculous and just a lot of work, but the thing is that when you are able to get more intentional and clear with every moment of your life, you're able to get intentional and clear on what it is that you actually want out of your life. It helps you to manifest easier once you know and get clear on what it is that you want. And I've found that segment intending, above all, has really helped me to get through really hard days. Like the days when I felt like I was super living on autopilot. Like I felt like my life, like every single day just looked the same. Like I was getting up, I was going to work, I was coming home, I was eating dinner, I was going to bed, and all I was doing was living for the weekend. And so segment intending helped me to kind of get more grounded and present in the moment so that I'm able to just easier appreciate the little things, because we shouldn't be living our life for the weekend. We shouldn't be living our life for when we get off work. This is a tool that's helped me to find the little things, find joy in getting a cup of tea and doing the laundry. It really just has helped me to change my perspective on things. And not only that, this can help you with really hard days or tough situations. Like when I was working that job that I just wasn't happy in, it helped me to better get through the day by taking it just one moment at a time, because I was able to find the silver linings in every situation. And Esther and Jerry Hicks describe segment intending as kind of an aid to help quiet out all of the distractions in life. And when they say that we have all of these distractions, they mean that we have all of these things that we want to manifest. And when we want so many different things, it creates all kinds of confusion in us. And so we kind of forget to get clear on what it is that we actually want. And if you are familiar with the Hicks work, then you understand that Abraham speaks a lot on the art of deliberate creation, which basically just means bringing more clarity into what it is that you want. And segment intending is exactly that. It's bringing clarity, power, and speed into what it is that you want to manifest. This means that you're actually just getting down to the nitty-gritty. You're taking it one segment at a time, one intention at a time, and you're saying, this is it. This is what I want. Because that's what life and what manifesting is about. It's about screaming to the universe what it is that you want, and screaming it with so much clarity that there's no room for confusion and there's no room for anything but that which already belongs to you. Because what you want is already yours. And even on the day when I quit my full-time job, I did it with intention and clarity, and I told myself, you know, my intention is to quit on good beans. My intention is to do this with my heart leading me. And that's exactly what I got out of it, because I was so intentional with what I want and I followed that vibration. And I want you guys to remember that your manifestations are just one intention away. They're just one segment away, and they will always come to you when you make that conscious decision. And remember that you are worthy of the things that you want to manifest. I cannot say that enough. So I hope that you guys really, really enjoyed listening to me, because I love Abraham Hicks. I love talking about them. Buy this book. And if you learned anything, if you resonated with anything, if you just felt really good watching my video, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel and click that notification button so that you can be the first person to see this phase. I hope that you guys have an amazing and beautiful day, and remember to not drive like an asshole. I love you. I hope that you come back next week for more, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye guys, thank you. And this, yeah, look at it. Yeah, it's because I curled my hair for the first time in like a year, and the first time that I put a single strand of hair around my curling iron, I sneezed 4 times. So, thanks, universe.